After I put down all the dark areas, I proceed with the lighter areas. But I think I will put down, like here, the skin colors first. Oh god, I painted on my laptop. Man, this is annoying. This happens so often. My laptop is so stained and I have to... And the surface is made of plastic and not of some metal, so it won't last very long, unfortunately. So I will mix this rosy skin tone of her neck. This is a bit difficult because there are a lot of colors here. It's not one particular tone. And here, I believe I have a foliage, a little green leaf, and I will have to redraw it because I can't see it really right. And her skin goes, I think, until this area here. I also want to try to, with this little portrait, fuse the individual objects a bit more into each other. With my latest portraits, I more or less just placed the subjects on top of each other, like the plants and the roses just on top of the model. And I want to incorporate them a bit better. So this will be my try for it. Normally I don't have a problem to do that. The only problem is time. So the more layers I use on an oil painting, the easier it gets to realize every idea. But this is not always possible for me. So here I have a bit of a bluish tone down here as well. It always looks good if you don't use one color or one mixed color for all your skin. This is not nice because it's only not how it really looks like. Skin is so flaky, there are so many different colors in it. The camera just stopped recording and I was explaining how I did the lips. So, oh my god, how annoying. I started with the dark line in between and I had to preserve the tilting of the lips because my brain always tries to correct any diagonal shapes and want to make it even. So this is the thing that I have to pay attention to. Then after I did the line in the middle, I mixed the upper part of the lip with cadmium red dark and permanent red violet, and then I add the bottom lip and I used the same color but with a bit of white and blue mixed in it. So I didn't get the shape exactly right of the top part of the lips. So what I'm doing now is correcting it from the other side with the skin tone, which is an ochre white mix here. And because it is so small and it's first layer of paint, it won't look good in the first sitting. It will smear, it will look smudgy. You will see a lot of the grain of the canvas because it's only the first layer. And yeah, don't worry if your first layer doesn't look good. This is no problem at all. And on the right side, the shadow starts and it is a bit darker here. And here I'm correcting the shape from the inside again. And also trying to get the edge a bit better and not that smeared and ugly. And here I'm using a bit of blue, like that. And yeah, the details are a bit difficult here. You don't necessarily have to do the details in the first layer. You can do them, but you don't need to. I'm just a bit annoyed about this little thing here, so I want to change that. Okay, I think I will continue with the eyes now. And drink. And when I do eyes or shadows in general, I always start with the darkest area. Then I mix like the next color, the next bit of lighter color, then the next, and then I just place it next to it. You see that I use here this reddish orangey tone, and then I mix the lighter blue grayish tone that comes next, and then I just place it against it. Like this. And here we have a bit of, I mix a bit of green into this area here to just get the saturation out of it. So if you have areas that are not as saturated and not as bright, you can always mix in blues or greens instead of black. I like this because black just takes out all the color, whereas if you use green and blue, it might tone your paint a bit and then it looks more natural. Great. I painted on my laptop again. Okay, I'm continuing with the shadows here and here as well. And the first layer, it won't look good, so don't expect like a masterpiece when I'm finished. It's totally normal. It will look smeary and smudgy and not refined and loose, but not in a nice way, loose in an ugly way. And now I'm going to do the gradient or the blending here in the middle of the nose, and also connecting the shadows with each other, or just the parts that I already painted with each other. I have to get this value here right. This looks weird. It doesn't look right. And you see that I'm jumping a lot between the individual parts of the portraits, of the facial features. I'm not very strict that I paint the eyes exactly perfect and then I go to the next part. I like to see the face as a whole, and I personally find it easier, but you do it like you personally find it easier for you. I need a more lighter tone and I need more saturation. And the same tone is in the area over the eyebrows. And by no means are the eyebrows right. So I will have to go over them and change their form, maybe today or maybe the next time. And yeah, this color is way too yellowish. I have to use a more rosy color here. Now I have this nice blue-gray on my brush tip, and I see where I can find it in the painting. This is why I jump so often. Because I look, okay, what do I have at the tip of my brush and where can I find it in the painting, and then I put it down. But only in the area where I'm working on. So I wouldn't paint like in the flowers or something, because in the end I need to smooth everything a bit, and this is only available with wet color. So I'm only doing it in the area that I plan to work on in my session. And today I plan on only doing the face, at least for the tutorial. I might do the rest of the painting because it's so small, but it really depends on my concentration. I realized that I can theoretically paint 6 or 7 hours in a row, maybe with a little break, but after that I just can't bring myself to concentrate. And for some areas, not for some, I think for every single thing that I paint, I have to have at least 90% concentration. Otherwise, it won't fit my expectations, and then I have to paint over it anyway, and then I haven't saved any time. So if you notice that you can't concentrate anymore, then I would probably stop and try to paint another day. So, and here I'm trying to connect the shadows, and I'm also trying to get the form and the shape of a face right. Now it's already time for placing widely blotches of paint on her face, because you see I've painted the most important areas, the eyes, the lips, and yeah, now I have to fill out the rest. And I do it with the method I already said. So if I have paint on my brush, I try to look where I can find it, and then I place it there. So I will start here and put this shadow down. This was, oh god, this was not the right color here. This is way too orange. I have to mix a bit of green into it. Yeah, this looks better. Greenish here. And I think here's a bit of green too. And here too. And here too. And now I mix a more rosy brownish tone. I think like this. Let's see how this works here. And I need a bit of liquid. This is almost the same color. It's it's not what I intended to mix. It has to be a bit lighter. And you see how I just place the individual like skin colors next to each other until I filled out the complete areas of the face. And now I have one tone, I think, that is most common in the face, so I can place it on a lot of areas. And this is basically the way how I paint faces. I need the exact paint a bit lighter, but I just realized that I forgot a shadow here under her lip, so I will do this first. And I need to get rid of all the white in my brush. And here, I can use this and mix a bit of sienna into it. And a bit of green and orange. And let's see if I get the shadow right. It's always hard to place shadows when you have already paint on the canvas. White is always opaque, but shadows are difficult. Most of the time they don't really adhere to the canvas and you don't see them. Like the dark paint gets mixed easily in the white paint and you don't have the full range of color. but I think this looks okay. And now, what I'm going to do now is that I mix the lighter tone of her skin. Rosy, brownish tone at this. It might be already too light, but I will have a look. Yeah, I'm now going to continue this process and you will see it in time lapse, and then I come back to you when I filled out the rest of the face. So I filled out almost everything with paint now, and what I do now is I blend it. So this is a dry and soft, relatively soft brush, and what I do is I carefully go over it, and the more paint you have on the canvas, the more difficult it gets. So I don't have much paint on the canvas, not at all, so I can do it pretty easily. If you have, then just let your painting dry for half an hour, maybe take a lunch break or something like that, and then come back again to it, and then it will get better. And yeah, after every blending area I have to clean the brush because I don't want to carry on the paint into the next area. So this looks amazing, doesn't it? It's such a great trick. I like it so much. So the smaller the areas get, the difficult it will get, obviously, so I do the larger areas first. And yeah, some areas, for example this one here, I don't want to blend because I really like how the brush strokes look. So I wouldn't do it everywhere. Sometimes you want to have the loose brush strokes. But oh my god, this effect is so good. You have to have the color values right though. And with this painting, I know they are not perfectly right, so here it's not perfect, but I don't mind. It's just the first layer. And it even turned out a bit better than I thought it would. So I thought it would look awful because the first strokes didn't indicate that it would look better, but I think it's good. I think it's good for the first one. And really nice what you can do is when you go over the lashes, do you see how nice you have, like how nice this smudge goes? It looks so good. Like it looks already realistic. And it's just a blending technique. So easy. And yeah, I'm trying to do this with the eyebrow now, but it's a bit difficult here. And I fear, yeah, my eyebrow's way too thin. I have to thicken it a bit because this looks not good. A bit thicker, and then I can try this technique again. I definitely like the face. I think I painted her a bit older, like the folds here, the lines are way too strong, and when you do that, it will increase the age of your model. So I will try to make these folds a bit lighter and try to make her look more like she really does. So now we have this ugly border here, and I try to get a nice border now. Yeah, I think the eyebrows are still not right, but yeah, just for the sake of showing you the technique. Yeah, and here in this area, it's difficult because I haven't done the values exactly. So actually the highlight is missing there, but yeah, let's proceed with other areas. Here. And it's still not finished, so there are so many highlights that I have to add and so many things that are missing that I will do in the second layer. But for the first layer, it's good. I can totally work with this. Nose looks weird though. I didn't get the nose right. So I will have to paint on the nose a bit until it's okay. Especially the part at the bottom looks really strange. I just realized it. Going over the shadow again. Noses are always so complicated. They are so difficult. And my nose doesn't look like the nose on the reference. Not at all. It's first of all too wide. This is the first mistake. And then it's too pointed. So I need to change that. And then the shape is just not correct. Yeah, and I will add the highlight, and maybe that's enough, but we will see. The shape is still not correct. And it helps to just lean a bit back from your easel. I'm sitting on a chair right now, and I'm just leaning back and comparing it with my reference. And this is the best way to get rid of weird proportions. I think this is okay for the first layer. Yeah, I'm going on with smoothing everything out now. So I think I'm pretty happy with how her face turned out for the first layer. I might let it that way and do my lunch break now, and then after that I will probably get some of the details right, so it's not perfect. I can probably do some adjustments here and there, but overall I think it's okay. So yeah, I like this area here is like the values here are wrong. I will probably do this. Yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I hope I see you in the next tutorial. Take care, bye bye!